Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 13. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. In life, we all seek a lot of things, but do we seek the most important things? And if we do, with what intensity do we seek them? I have to confess that at times, too many times, I find myself with priorities that are all mixed up. And I have this big problem. I guess it comes from my technical background. I just cannot stand to see things that are broken but fixable remaining unbroken. Whether it's a car, a boat, an appliance, or anything else, I will not rest until I have fixed it or have it repaired. It's an obsession that I will often pursue above everything else. And so what is the problem? It is that I pursue the material at the expense of the eternal. Now, fixing things can become an idol in my life, and I often trip in this area. It is a problem of my heart's focus or devotion. This is the same that the Israelites had, the same problem the Israelites had at the time of the Babylonian exile. The Lord's desire is that when he returned the nation to Jerusalem, that they would seek him with a whole heart. He sent this message to the exiles in a letter written by Jeremiah. It's a simple message, but one that always needs repeating. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. We need the reminder constantly to seek the Lord with full devotion, with all our heart. This is not a legalistic plea, a push towards some kind of external system that will force us to do certain things. No, the Lord is talking about an internal change in the heart that will drive one to seek him with fervent desire. For us, this has come by faith in Jesus Christ. When we experienced the wonder of God's grace by faith, there was a change in our hearts which was wrought by the Holy Spirit, one that drives us to seek the Lord our God. However, there is a battle in this. This is a battle with the old nature. Paul wrote about this battle to the Galatians when he stated this. But I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. For the desires of the flesh are against the Spirit, and desires of the Spirit are against the flesh. For these are opposed to each other to keep you from doing the things that you want to do. The thing that keeps us from seeking the Lord with a whole heart is the fleshly desires that still dwell within us. Yes, there are three forces that work to get us off track. One is the spiritual forces of evil in this world, and they're opposing the things of God, opposing our desire and our time to get with him. Another is the world system, which is set up against the principles of the heavenly kingdom. Yet the one that is so attracted to these forces is the force of our own fleshly desires. And many will give you a bunch of things to do and not to do in order to fix this issue. Things like read this book, pray 3 times a day, fast once a week, read 3 chapters a day, and so on and so forth. The list goes on and on. And while these things are not bad, the heart is more complex than this. First, let us contemplate. If we're going to take a look at this problem, let us first contemplate the wonder of God's grace and all that he's done for us. When we consider and grasp the wonder of his infinite love, his mercy, and his infinite grace, will our hearts not be redirected towards him? Next, understand that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And that even in our failures, God's love and mercy never fails. There's nothing that will separate us from his love. And last, have to do, and this I have to do often, ensure that the priorities of life do not get out of balance. Things that will keep us from the blessing of our relationship with the one who gave everything for us, our loving Father. So think about these things and realize that yes, the flesh is willing, or the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Also remember that God desires that we seek him with a whole heart, and when we do, we will find him.